Oh my god, we're back again. Yeah, worst intro ever. So if you want to stick around beyond that, welcome. My name is Jess, and I apparently sometimes do videos on YouTube, but it's been over a year. It is 2020. The world is a dumpster fire. And so, what better time to, talk about beauty and hair? I should have prefaced the video with this. In fact, I'll probably just edit this part in. This is not a tutorial. I don't know what I'm doing. I have not done a cap highlight since I was probably about 16. So, very impulsively, I think it was about 4 days ago, I decided to dye my hair purple. And it was awful. It was not a good purple. There are good purples. I will insert some images if I'm feeling fancy, but there's also some horrible purples. I dyed my hair horrible purple. The regret was nearly instant. Now, my hair was virgin. My history with hair dye hasn't been super successful, so I'm nervous about what I'm about to do today. However, because of the magic of the internet, I was able to find some tutorials on how to remove permanent hair dye. You see, I didn't know I had dyed my hair with permanent hair dye. Didn't read the box properly. It said permanent, but because it said up to 4 weeks of brilliant color or something like that, I thought it was 4 weeks of color, that it was a semi-permanent. No, it was not. But amazingly, you can actually rinse permanent hair dye out of your hair by using a combination of clarifying shampoo and vitamin C. I am shook. You guys, the purple is out of my hair. What is left now is, actually it looks really nice on camera right now. Bit red, but what's left now is just a slightly lighter shade of brown than what I had before, because most box dyes, even if it's a very dark color, will have a toner in it, not a toner, a developer in it, which will lighten your hair somewhat. So my hair is maybe a shade or like half a shade lighter than it was. The plan today is I am going to give myself highlights the old school way, with the dorky cap, not from a box. I am like mixing the bleach myself, and then I'm gonna tone my hair with diluted Manic Panic. That's the plan. I'm gonna tone it purple. So I might end up with purple highlights, which I'd be totally okay with, or it might just tone my hair. Purple, I've been doing a lot of research. I'm very tired because I stayed up late doing research. So purple hair dye can actually make a great toner for hair that has gone yellow. So I don't know what color my hair is going to pull. As you can see, I have a lot of, well, actually it's not really showing up on camera, but I have a lot of red naturally in my hair, which I don't love. I don't love warm tones. I guess I like neutral to cool. I don't know if it's because that's just what's been in style for years. I don't know if that's what's gonna suit me better. But anyways, it's all an experiment. So I'm gonna go make myself some more coffee. I'm gonna put the cap on. I'm gonna start pulling, and we'll go from there. Okay, got my coffee. I sort of like changed the beauty filter on my camera because I realized that there was like a beauty filter on. I don't want to give you guys any false impressions. Okay, so, oh my god. I watched a tutorial where the hair is brushed back before being put in the cap, and I straightened my hair today just so that it would be easier to pull through the holes. And I watched a lot of, before and afters with the caps just to make sure that I like the outcome, that it doesn't look too streaky. Really don't want streaky highlights. As Marie Forleo would say, everything is figure-outable, everything is fixable too. Whoa, I'm gonna look really cool in this video. Looking like a caterpillar. That's the thumbnail right there. You want it to be nice and snug. Now we take the little crochet needle and we commence poking. Okay, that's exactly 2 hairs. To show me what the thickest of the strands is pulled out, since this one. So that's not so bad. Don't want it too thick, don't want it too thin. All right, we're gonna keep going. Okay, so the back is done. Husband kindly did the back of my head, and he will check the rest once I feel like I'm done pulling the top, the front, the sides. This looks so ugly that I can't imagine this turning out nicely, but that's pretty much always the case with these things, I think. Well, in terms of Stark news, if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that having some of my products made by this really cool little lab in Toronto now. And so that's just starting. It's a slow process to start, you know, teaching someone how to make your products and, you know, sourcing all the ingredients, and in some cases trying to find new sources, getting it so that it's, you know, as close as well, it's the same formulas, but as close to exactly how I make my products as possible, but even better. We've tweaked things just so subtly, and I'm really excited because once this is up and running, I'm not gonna be running out of stock all the time, which I'm just so done with that. So it'll no longer be up to me to get stuff in stock. At least not completely up to me. Ow! So Eclipse will be the first to be back in stock, and then it's gonna be Everlasting and then Petrichor. Since the pandemic, I've been mostly focusing on doing like house renovations. I painted all of the cupboards in the kitchen. I repainted the bathroom up here. I repainted this room. I lime washed the outside of the house. We sanded down and restained all of the wood paneling on the outside of the house. I painted the garage, which is like it's been converted into like an office. I painted that part black. I repainted the doors. Been doing a lot of gardening. So we put in like a pretty substantial flower garden, and I have a veggie patch, and you know, it's an old house but a new to us house, so there's a lot of work, and I love it, but it's a lot also with, you know, running the business and all that. So it's nice not to have to make all the products anymore, and it's just gonna be so much better. This is making me dizzy somehow. We suffer for beauty, don't we? Okay, bleh. So I got everything pulled out that needs to get pulled out, and then I have like the rest of my hair wrapped up in saran wrap just so that I don't bleach it by accident. So I'm going to mix up the lightener, and I guess I'll start applying. Okay, this is the bleach I'm using. It is called Super Bleach, silica free. It says for streaks and intensive bleaching kits, lifts up to 7 levels. Use carefully. Okay, non-metallic bowl. I'm gonna put it in this feta cheese container. Must not exceed 35 minutes. So it says to use, okay, for streaks. I don't want streaks, I want highlights. Use with hydrogen peroxide at 10, 20, or 30, depending on lift required. So I'm gonna use this 30 volume because my hair is quite dark. And I think it's pretty low porosity, so hopefully, well, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's blue. Whoa. Oh God, I'm scared. Mixed with 60 mils of hydrogen peroxide. Okay, so that's gonna be around there. Cool. Oh wait, first I'm gonna brush this out. Can't get too excited about the fun chemical part. Ugh, that feels awful. I'm going to do like the mid to ends first, sort of concentrate on that, and like scarcely do, whatever, the roots. Hardly do the roots, because I do want more of like a balayage effect. But if I don't end up doing that, and if I end up going right to the roots, no big deal. If it looks terrible, I'll do something called a root shadow. It was funny because my son and I were watching videos on highlights and stuff last night, and we were watching one about root shadows and root smudges, and then today's like, oh mama, will you be doing a root shadow? So maybe, if it gets to that, we'll see. So like my plan right now, not having painted this stuff on yet, I'm saying that I don't want to do too much near my scalp, but gonna mix this, I'm going to apply. This is kind of funny. So I just walked into my bathroom to start the process of, and I see this on the floor. My puppy decided to rip up the box dye that I removed from my hair just yesterday. So that's what he thought about this. And puppy, I agree with you. Looks kind of cool on this chick. It did not work out that way. Surprise, surprise. All right, here we go. Okay, sorry for the weird angle. We are here in my bathroom. I am mixing this up. Okay, good. It's nice and thick. It's like buttercream frosting because I don't want it to be runny just in case some of these holes are bigger and it like pokes through. And do my hair still look purple? Huh. Yeah, so this is a really good, nice, thick consistency. Okay, holy crap, here we go. It's actually like pretty thick. Checking this every 5 minutes or 30 seconds. Okay, so the timer is on. It hasn't even been 10 minutes and I'm getting quite blind. I totally ran out of bleach. Like, I don't know how one package is supposed to be enough. Maybe I didn't put enough developer, but I was totally following the directions. I gotta get this off my neck. But anyways, I sent my husband out to get another package because if I rinse this out and if it's not the way that I want it to be, then, you know, I want to be able to still have my hair in the cap to do this, or else it's just going to be impossible to try to recreate the same pattern, right? So if I need to do a second bleaching, I will do that, but I've been also checking just to make sure that my hair doesn't fall apart. I am quite surprised by how easily it's lifting. Whoa. When I do wash out my hair, I'm using a blue shampoo, this Joico Color Balance. It eliminates brassy orange tones on lightened brown hair, so I already had that. I have a feeling it's not as light as it looks. My second packet of bleach has arrived. I should have bought 2. Okay, so it's orange. Some of it is pretty light. A lot of it is just very orange. So I'm gonna do a little bit of research, but I think I will be doing a second bleaching, and I'm just going to see whether I should continue using the 30 volume activator, developer, whatever it's called, or 10 volume. So I will come back with some information. I've decided while I'm doing that, I'm going to put the blue shampoo in my hair. Is this the shampoo or the conditioner? Oh, this is the conditioner. Just as well. And I'll just have that sitting in my hair while I'm doing my research. I am very, very careful always about protecting my hair and keeping it as healthy as possible. And if I'm gonna be doing highlights, well, let's just say that I'm happy that I've been treating my hair well for quite some time now, and I will definitely be doing an Olaplex treatment. So there you go. I just can't quite decide if this is the right color, or not color, but you know, like the right tone. No, not tone, but level that I wanted at. That's the word I'm looking for, level. Just not the right tone. Or if I should go a little bit lighter so that I can always fix the tone, because you can always go darker with tone, you know, not lighter. So if I put like an ash brown or an ash blonde over this, if it's too dark, you know, it won't work, or else I'll have to get a darker tone, but then it might end up being practically my hair color underneath, making it all kind of pointless. So like if I'm gonna be putting my hair through some trauma, I guess might as well make it worthwhile is kind of my thinking. Okay, so research time. All right, so it's definitely a bad idea, but I'm doing it. But I'm going to be combining 10 vol with the 30 just so that it's a little bit less harsh. Ooh, this one's runny. So it's less harsh, and I'm less likely to mess up my hair. But I just feel like, okay, my hair is healthy, so it can take it. I'm sure it can take it. I want it to be as light as I can, because I'm afraid of how to do touch-ups, because that's gonna be a whole other thing to figure out. So I just feel like if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. They say not to bleach your hair twice in a row. My hair is still wet. Yeah, I do not recommend this, but that was probably hair that was supposed to be dyed, but it's like half. Oh God. Okay, that little bit. You can't see it anyways. My roots are still dark in a lot of spots, which I am definitely happy about. Oh yeah, that's so much easier to put on. Okay, and then suddenly everything was just moving really fast. So I rinsed, I got the cap off. I was so afraid that my hair was gonna be left in the cap. It all came out. And then I washed my hair with the blue shampoo. I conditioned with the blue shampoo, and then I gave myself kind of like a DIY toner with tons and tons and tons of conditioner and like 2 drops of this amplified Manic Panic Purple Haze. Ooh, this mirror's a bit dirty. So ignore that. I did the diluted conditioner and Manic Panic a couple of times, but I feel like my hair could take more of it. Sorry I didn't show you guys, but basically it was like coming in kind of cool, but then there was also like yellow bits. So I decided to just go a little bit further. So I keep on making like a slightly stronger, but still diluted purple conditioner kind of toner to see, because I feel like it's starting to work. Maybe it won't end up being enough toner. I understand how important toner is to this whole like highlighting process. I don't have any, and I know that purple dye can work. So I'm going with what I have before going out and buying other stuff. Plus, Manic Panic is actually quite healthy, like as far as dye goes, and it's so old school. I love it. I once had my hair, what is it's fuchsia shock, I think is what the fuchsia color is called, and it was amazing. It was in the 90s. I had short hair and it was just all fuchsia. Of course, there's no photographic evidence of it, but it was probably my favorite hair. I loved it. So yeah, so I've just been, like I'm saying, just like going bit by bit to see how much purple my hair can hold without it being purple, but I also wouldn't mind it being purple. So maybe I should just go for it, because I really want to like dry my hair and see what it looks like at this point. It's been like all day. Hey, so I think it's 2 days later. I've been continuing with like the purple conditioner sort of soaks, I guess I'll call them. And it seems my hair holds a lot of purple conditioner. So I like the way it's turning out. It's a bit like what those inspo pics are. I'm very blonde in some areas. I don't know if it's gonna pick up here at all. I feel like the camera really lies when it comes to the color, because looking back on the earlier videos, my hair looks like such a nice, rich, chocolatey, dark color. But in reality, it was very, like I had like hot roots, as they call it, from the box dye, which wasn't showing up. So that's been my major struggle, is the top, like whole crown part is getting rid of the really intense brassiness that the box dye had given me. So I've just been putting like diluted purple, but at this point nearly 50-50 leave-in with the purple up here, and it's just like, so I'm gonna keep doing that for like a few days or whatever, just to keep trying to get the tone that I want and just to keep up with it. But it's quite fun having lighter hair. It's nice just having like a bit more color and dimension in here, and yeah, I'm overall quite pleased with how it is turning out, and I'm completely shocked by how much, like I keep saying, like purple that my hair is sucking up. If I can't get it, like you can still see a bit of brassiness. If I can't get it the way that I want, I will just be getting the toner and just sort of doing the root shadow, which I didn't explain before, but it's basically like painting on a darker root, but it doesn't look too light at this point. And yeah, there's like some nice nearly platinum blonde bits that come out once in a while. I don't know if you probably did notice whenever I was putting on the bleach that I had like grabbed a chunk from underneath that didn't actually belong there, but it seemed to have turned out okay, not super noticeable. So yeah, that's my experiment with the purple highlights.